Action. Okay.
Live.
So so title, permalink. This is just going to tell you some specifics about the page, published, if it's visible. Visibility, you don't really have to worry about. Published is really the only one you're going to worry about. So if you ever want to take something down, but you don't want to delete it, you can just go edit and change it to draft.
Oh.
That's all you need to do.
Cool.
Then this is the magic section of basically you select where this product is going to display. So right now you're toggling decor and arches. But if you wanted to put it in tent accessories, you would literally just scroll down, select where you want it to show, magic.
Okay.
That's literally all you have to do.
Okay.
So if you ever see something pop up in a weird place,
You're like, wait a minute.
that's often the culprit, is that it got toggled on to another rogue category.
Okay.
So there's that. I'm just going to go down this right column at first. So product image is the thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
And then product gallery is everything that is shown once you click on to the product. So the larger images.
At the bottom or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is the gallery. This is the thumbnail, even though it's not really called that.
You're looking at.
I'm under decor arches.
So you went from product.
So if you're under product in the website, you would just go, and then you would just search arches probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Want to take over? It says you're editing this. Do you want to take over?
Oh.
I'll say preview. I'll keep you with the power.
So then, so we got it here. So then to look, would I hit edit product to look at how you got it there? Okay, got it. All right.
It might get angry if we're all in there, but
Okay.
okay.
Let's see preview.
I mean, I can go to something, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're all going to look, they all have the same parts. So it doesn't really matter if you're on this one or not.
Yeah,
but so that's that as far as the right column. And then for SEO Yoast, that section, don't have to worry about that. We don't deal with that at this moment.
Okay.
Product data, this is everything for pricing, inventory code, related products. So this is general. So you just put in the price. If you ever want to change it, literally all you have to do. Inventory is its SKU number. So that's a POR thing, which we're going to figure out because technically you will need that eventually. Most of the things we're going to be doing now won't need a POR code because they're not actual products. But if they are a product, they need a code. Yeah. Everything needs a code, but we'll get into that.
So if it's like a decor that you like, one of the big decor items with multiple things, we wouldn't put a product number, but for
so like I will like make up generic ones like CST decor you have to put some.
It
needs a SKU.
Got it. Okay.
And I think you can get away with it, but I just think it's a bad habit to not have a SKU. So I always try to put something because then if someone adds this to their wish list and that gets sent in, then there's no SKU number. Yeah. So at least then the salesperson will see, this is a custom thing. It's not in POR. So it affects things further down the line. So I think it's best habit to always put a SKU, even if you're making it up for a custom thing.
I think we did make item numbers for things like bridal bouquets and things like that. So
if you ever get that far, great.
Get to the bridal
but I think it's just mostly important right now that if it is a real product,
it has
you find the SKU number that's in POR because it helps the salespeople being like, what the heck are you guys talking about?
Sure. And I can help with locating the correct SKU numbers for certain.
Yeah, and I think what we'll have to do, and maybe you can help after the fact, is getting her into POR. And getting her a code and everything. Yeah. Because that, again.
Yeah, I think Avonlea usually does like the administrative setup for that kind of stuff, but I think he's back on.
Yeah, I think so. So, anyways, so we'll go into that later. And then as far as in stock, you want to make sure it says in stock. But if you ever see something on the website that says out of stock, that's the culprit.
Got it. Okay.
Because you just have to change that.
Yeah.
That has happened a couple of times.
Okay.
Don't know why, but it happens. Shipping, we don't do anything with. Linked products. This is
this the suggested items?
So suggested items, and Sophia, I will show you that right now because this is going to be a hot button item for you guys. So basically, there's suggested items under each product. If you don't select anything, it auto-populates it from things in its own category. So I'll show you a default, for example, like if we go to this, it just randomly chose other related products that are within this category of China.
Would look terrible with it.
Drives her crazy.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't understand. Like,
Big
it just
time.
auto-populates.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is, if I go in here, I'm going to go right into Sahara dinnerware. And I'm going to select some related products. So I'm going to go
It's like
down.
marketing 101. It's like even though it doesn't really work,
Yeah.
someone sees it and there's a sale.
Yeah.
Totally. And especially in this world, it will behoove us eventually to select those things because no one knows what they need.
Yeah.
So I think it really is important for us to do. But with 2,300 live products, no, we've not done that. So, but the nice thing is if you select one thing, so if we do Oslo flatware, basically,
nice.
I'm going to select the main, like the parent category, because if I just choose fork, I don't know what that does.
Weird.
So anyways,
Yeah.
I'm going to do flatware, and we'll go into that. If I just choose one thing, that's all I need. I can choose up to 4 for it to display nicely on the bottom. But as long as I show one, I'm going to scroll up here, select update.
Okay.
After you change anything, you always have to hit update. And then I'm going to go view product. Magically, it's going to show the one product that I chose.
Cool.
You don't have to choose 4, but as long as you choose one, it's going to stop showing those default items.
Sure. That's good.
So that's a nice thing. So we don't
Yeah.
have to do it. I was just explaining the related products.
I was
So
hoping you would get to.
yeah, thank goodness.
The only problem is, like, if I'm doing this, I know I'm not gonna know the inventory enough to say what related product looks good with it.
Yeah, I can definitely help with those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The nice thing and what I've done too is like when I'll work on the front end. So let's say I've got this tab open with this dinnerware and I'm like, okay, I want to see what I'm going to add a linen, a flatware. Like I try to come up with like a little,
Okay.
I don't know, kind of like a
Theme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like I'll find one of these things for each of them. Like for furniture, I've done that for a lot of things where like for sofas, I chose a coffee table, a chair, and a pillow.
Nice.
You know, and so it's like if I follow that rule, then that kind of helps me. And then I can just kind of go, oh, I didn't do it for those. See, those need it. Those don't go at all. But basically then what I would do is I would go over here and be like, okay, well, I want a coffee table. So I'll go to accent tables.
I'm just gonna check.
Yeah. I'll find one that I like. Let's just say that I want to add this one. At least then then you're like, oh, I want to do the Chaska. Then I can go in on another tab, go into that product, add Chaska.
Okay.
So that's what I do is I literally just go shopping because there's so many products. I don't know. And like Amanda said, she can definitely help with selecting some things, and so can Pat. But I think as long as you come up with like kind of that formula, it helps a lot. So if like
Sarah did the 10th page without doing that, and then we went back and did the related products.
yeah. So it's not you don't have to do it, but it's nice
It is.
when we get that far. When you get that far, it's nice. But at least you know now how to do it whenever that comes up. So let's see. linked products, and then that's pretty much it for building a product. If you wanted to add a description, then you would do product short description here. I'm going to actually go in to show you a piece of furniture really quickly. So see how this one has dimensions there? That is added in that section.
Which brings, can I bring this up? This just happened today. Because Garda, I couldn't Google her and I needed a king linen for Piper's table. So I said to Danny, I said, could you just go in and tell me what we have in a king table cover? And then I'll go out in the warehouse and try to find it. And we had Brian helping, and he told me, like, when I started asking measurements, I think you can go to linen right now and just look up a king table cover, for example. And you won't, Sarah, it says, and POR has it too. You know what they have? They have.
I'm trying to think of something that has a king.
Oh, I can tell you.
Maybe a palomino?
Oh, there's satin that are king for sure, but
I think a palomino might have one.
No. You're right, palomino does have it. 8-foot king, right?
That doesn't make any sense.
That's what I was going to show you.
I honestly don't.
It's worse in POR. They put depth. It was like the length and the depth.
Oh, wait, 40. I think I know what this means. So a queen.
I know what it means.
It's depth, not.
Well, it's width. Nobody, when you're talking about a tablecloth, you don't talk in depth. I mean, that's usually a table.
This just is oddly worded. So, okay, so this actually goes into the other type of product we have, and I'm gonna build off of this. So there are some products that have different sizes. Those are like linens, flatware that have these drop downs. So basically, if we want to change,
available in more than one size.
Okay.
So rather than each size having its own product, you can choose which size you want. So where you see that is instead of a simple product like the other ones, there's a variable product.
Oh, okay.
So that's in there. And then,
good.
So then you go into variations, which shows up because it's a variable product. Here are those options. And then if you click this see this little drop down guy right here, this little arrow. Then that's where you put the specific SKU for that size, the price for that size, and the description. So what would be better for this one, rather than saying that, we could say 8 foot by 48 inches. Would that make more sense? What do you think?
Well, and what I think it was important for me is when people measure, like she sent me the measurements of the table, and she said it's 58 inches wide, her dining room table, and it is 108 inches long. So we should be doing it by what the layman would do, which is how many inches. And Jomar does it that way. They take a table cover and it's a 90 inch by 156 inch or something if you go out there, and that's the way they talk the talk. I didn't know it was like this. So, and just think how long have I been here? And I mean, I don't use this so much. And so when he said it's in POR, it's depth. Somebody used depth.
Yeah, the height of the table is always.
The height of the table doesn't have anything to do with it. No, rather than width, it's called depth in POR. So I think it continued on here.
Yeah.
But I just brought it up because there's another little thing that I'm going to recommend be fixed. So when you're doing sizes, I would say we aren't going to put you on sizes so much. If it's that type of stuff that has to be entered, which would be trees and foliage and things like that, you have to know. Or a wall where you do want to know the depth.
Yeah.
You definitely want to know how
Yeah.
deep it is, how tall, and how wide, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Mhm.
So, my point is that those things are gonna be more in your area that you're working with. Sophia won't be working with those, but if you need a size just taller, that's what it's gonna say.
Okay.
Cause she won't know right away.
Sure, yeah.
We know generally. I
Um,
just had to laugh.
no,
because
totally.
I
There.
said, Danny, what are you looking at? Depth. They said, we want to I said,
So,
he says, no, I'm on linen.
so I always thought like when you have like a 6, because the linen size itself is the full measurement of the linen. Are you saying that you want it to be the table?
No, it should be the full set, 120
the
inch
linen
round,
itself. Okay, cool.
which
All right.
is the diameter.
I
And in
said,
POR,
are we
yeah.
changing everything about how we measure linen? This is wild. Okay. never mind.
Well,
But
I don't know,
in-
maybe
but in-
maybe they should have said diameter rather than depth. I don't know what.
I
have
always
to
say
look it up.
diameter.
She was just
Whenever
telling
it's
me.
anything dealing with a circle, I always say diameter because then you know immediately it's a circle.
And that might be in there correctly, but this was
Yeah.
when we got. I was only talking about kinks, so I don't know how far the disease is spread.
Oh boy.
Okay, we can skip that quick.
So I think those are really the only things as far as like existing products that you would
Okay.
have to change. So again, that variable product, what you do is like, since there's not a SKU for the parent, because this isn't a product in itself, I usually do the range of the last four. So if it's like 4610 to 4600, that's
Okay.
what I just make that up kind of from the main SKU number and then to whatever it ranges to.
Okay, because each variable item has its own SKU assigned
Yeah.
to it, so you just kind of.
Yeah, so if I were to extend all of these, see that's 4610 is that
Got it.
size.
So by putting that
This
0,
is-
0 at the end, it won't reference.
It won't reference anything, but
Got it,
at least
okay.
it's also going to be like a tick to the salesperson. If they just select that one parent item,
Mm-hmm.
then they can't accidentally select a real item.
Yeah.
So that's why for variable items, that's another like weird SKU thing
Cool.
that happens. Okay, so that's just existing products.
Okay.
You're screen recording this too, right there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then let's say we actually want to build a product. So we're just going to select add new instead. Cool. And I'm just going to make this a test table. And I'm going to go over here. You're basically just going to go through everything I went through and add it or select it or input it.
Cool.
That's it. It's pretty simple. So I'm just going to go down all the way to tables. And I'm going to pretend this is a dining table. And then I'm going to set my product image, and we'll go into making those actual images later.
Cool.
If you're adding a new product, you won't be selecting existing products because it's new, obviously. So you're going to select upload.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And then you'll select the files that you want to, that you've already created. We're going to assume that's already done.
Yeah, does it have to, oh, okay, yeah, I guess if it's going to go through an editing stage, it's going to get put into a specific file. I was wondering if, you know how in POR, when you upload an image, you have to get it from, like, a particular drive?
No, this is it's free for all.
Yeah.
You can get it from anywhere. Literally just drag and drop.
Cool. Okay.
I think I've got some that I can just do for now. Web files. You can kind of see some of the method to this madness, but I'm just gonna drag this in.
I always love that picture.
Me too. You can
That
make
was
it a thing.
fun installation, actually. Coral and I had a really good time with that. It was one of those things where we had it like dialed in and ready to roll, and we were just like.
So basically, we'll go into the naming things here, but this basically is a little preview of the specs. So I just like to look at it and make sure this is the file I want. Set product image. Bada bing, bada boom. That is
Sweet.
done. I'm going to add product gallery image. Same thing. I'm going to upload a file. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to grab this other one that I've already have sized, named, done.
Cool.
Systems help you for everything on this. The thing with adding a product gallery image is that the title is going to be visible.
Oh,
And what
so
I
the-
mean by that is, I will show you. Go back to our lovely arch. So you don't see it here, but if you, it's going to display here.
Oh, and that's if you like.
If
were
you
to
like,
click on
basically
that
you bring up the
image.
light box
Got it.
feature. If you
Uh-huh.
double tap on something,
Okay.
it brings that up. So you always want to make sure that that doesn't say like
Matches.
DSC file niner whatever. So we're gonna say like tent ceiling treatment.
So
or
should
tent.
it match the item name, or should it just match? Like, should it just be descriptive of
Just
what's
should
in
just
the
be
image?
descriptive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because it's not going to change the file name, that's still going to be there.
Oh, okay.
It's really just for display purposes.
Sure.
So I'm going to add that. So that's ready. That's ready. Then I'm going to go. So I usually, everything is, I just tend to make my own little system for things to keep my own sanity. So I usually do images first.
Okay.
There's no wrong or right way, but again, just it helps you to be repetitive like that. This doesn't have a price because it's a custom treatment.
Yeah.
Which is mostly what like you'll be dealing with is custom things if you're adding. And then
do you ever say inquire for pricing or to just leave it blank?
if you would want to, so this will automatically, this wants numbers in that box. If you wanted to add like call for pricing.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, and then for your inventory number, I would just do like custom ceiling, whatever, umbrella. Sure. Great. Yeah. And I usually just try to do dashes, all caps. That's really it.
Okay.
And then for linked products, if you're here, why not just do it? So this is shown in a pole tent, so I'm going to put it in a pole tent. Not the North Pole. And it shows up everything that says pole. But whatever, I'm going to say pole tent. If you had umbrellas, anything else you wanted to add, you could.
Okay.
And that's really it. That's all you have to do to make a product. So I'm going to click publish.
It's even easier than POR.
Oh my gosh, it's really easy.
POR is like you have to make like a header copy, and then you got to go back in and make another copy, and you got to make sure like all the information, like guys.
So
Stupid system.
Yeah.
So you can see that it automatically made the permalink to what the title is.
Okay.
And then after I make a product, I always just like to do my due diligence, look at view product,
First.
just make sure that it's displaying the way that I want it to.
Yeah.
See the note for call for pricing.
Cool.
My related product is there. And you can look up here that this is the breadcrumbs for the location, that it's in the category that I want. So there's that.
Nice.
So with WordPress, it's always going to default to display a product in order added.
Okay.
So now it's adding this guy first. And it's like,
Oh, I've always wondered about
I don't want that to be first. And this is
Yeah.
another thing that I think you guys will come up with a lot. So I'm going to go here. So if I go now to categories, it's a new section of the back end. Then, so these are all the categories as displayed. If you ever wanted to have, it doesn't automatically, I mean, it does automatically do it alphabetically, but let's say you get a request to put bars below branding and signage. All you would do is drag and drop that here. That's all you would have to do. And then it will display that on the website. So that's a really simple change. But for this situation where we want to organize the products within a category, you go ahead and find all the categories. Find the category that you want. Tables, dining tables. So you can see here it has 24 products in it. I'm going to click on that number. And now this is all of the products that is in that category.
Okay.
Then you're going to click sorting. And then that puts it into the mode where basically same situation. See how my cursor now is that little directional arrow? I can drag and drop.
Okay.
And it will then display where I want it to. Here.
Nice.
Super simple. That's a really easy thing to do. So I would keep that in mind that if you're duplicating things or moving things into categories, once you're done moving things around, go into that category, give it a once over, and move things around. Because I know, like, for example, one of the things that she wants to do is move some glassware around into catering as well. So it's like I can go in and let's just do one for argument's sake, just so you know what the heck I'm talking about. Actually, while I do that, I'm going to delete this really quick before I forget. So there's not some rogue, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. And I'm just just move it to trash. Trash. And it doesn't ask you if you're sure. It just does it.
It's like, you can
So
figure it out.
luckily it's a very small button and it's red, so I don't think you'll do it that easily, but oh good Lord, come on now.
What?
Taking forever.
Now you said that you have like a little guide for like the photo editing stuff. Amazing.
Yeah,
I
we'll
love the
do
little
that
photo guide, so.
next. I was gonna go to so basically if I do this, so right now this is just in dining tables. If I throw this into accent tables really quickly, hit update. So it's not,
Is that how you put it in two places? at the same time? Got
which is
it.
nice. So
Okay,
then you never
that's
have to have, so if I update this one product, the one
Yeah.
price, it's going to just, you can put it in 17 categories.
nice.
It's fine. So
Yeah,
like
in the
for,
box.
like right now, for a lot of the core products, it's okay that they're in flats, but maybe make another category and put them in there too. You know, try to kind of like
Yeah.
create a breadcrumb trail to like
Yeah.
lead people to things. So I guess just the thing is that it's going to display those things. Boy. It's going to display them in order of them being created, not added to the category. So it won't always show it at the top. If it's an old product that you just then decide to put it in there, it could be at the very bottom. It just depends on the hierarchy of when it was created.
Yeah.
I think we did furniture accent tables. So that one just happened to have been made more recently, so it's at the top.
Okay.
If it had been made after these, it would be here. Just, yeah. So if I don't want it in there, I'm just going to go back in, unselect that, save it.
And maybe this is a question for a later date, but if she wants to like change names of categories and things.
We're getting there.
Okay.
Oh, you just wait.
I was like, I don't know how far down the rabbit hole I'm going.
Let's
But
see.
I anticipate that coming up.
Yeah, let's see. Where is that? So I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to unselect that, update it, and now it's gone from there. Super simple. So if we go, I'm going to go back into categories. So if you want to change the names to any of these, you can do a quick edit.
Oh, okay.
And you would change the name here, and the slug is the URL. So it'd be wcep.com//candle holders. If you wanted, so you want to change both of those. That's an easy thing if you just want to do that. But I try to stay out of quick edit just because, again, it's like a process thing. I just want to make sure everything's in there. So if you just go into it, just like products, here's the name, here's the candle, the name, the slug, which is candle holder, and then parent category. Do you know what that?
Is that like decor and then tabletop is the
Exactly.
okay,
So
yeah.
here, like decor is the parent category. These are the subcategories. So if you ever wanted candle holders to live under decor, all you would have to do is change it here, and it would move all of that product.
Cool.
Which might happen. I don't imagine you'll do that, but it does happen once in a while.
Yeah.
So we're not going to get into. Oh well, we are going to get into this. We're going to mess with this. So chairs and chair. The headers, adding the text. So this is the part that you guys will be messing with.
That's, I will give you those, and it's complicated and it doesn't seem like it, but I've got to make sure it's either plural or whatever, and it's really, Sarah knows,
Yeah.
singular. And
Yeah.
I think we decided that the item is in there as singular when you go to the item, but when people look it up, they're probably looking for chair rentals, but when you get to the site then, how would you look it up on the site, Amanda?
How do I look it up on the website?
Well, I mean,
If
let's
you
say
were
wanted to
shopping
do a
for-
search, what would you put in there? Now you've gone to chair rentals, you found www. Go to our website. Okay, now you're on our website and you're going to do the search. What are you going to do?
Well, I just, my own practice that I've always done is I always leave off any pluralizations. I always do a chair. Just because that's just my own way. So I would probably be like, XBAC chair.
How would you look it up?
Shibari chair.
I guess we have chairs.
I would too.
Yes.
The reason why I think when you get there, you just say, "Oh, I want chairs. I
Yeah,
want
sure.
tables,
That makes
options,
sense.
Yeah.
options."
Yeah.
Not just a chair. Now, if I was looking for a Shibari chair, I would just do singular.
Yeah.
So that's why our site, when you use the search on it,
Yeah.
does not. It says it doesn't
Yeah,
have
I
a
guess
product.
like a better answer would be that if I knew the style of chair I was looking for, I would probably just type in chair, like Shibari chair. But if I was like, oh, what's your chair options, then I'd probably say chairs.
So we have to make it searchable as plural.
Well,
and singular.
I'm trying to get that fixed with Zach, but you just have to think about, it's crazy, right now that's the way it is till we get it fixed. But I think Sarah and I agreed that we're gonna go by the way, right now we're gonna do the Google thing first. How people are gonna Google it because it will optimize the search, so it will.
Rather than, yeah. It's just,
That we'll do first, and then I'll deal with the other one, which means we may have to add an S to every item or something.
like
But we'll do it.
votives right now are all votive.
Votive.
So if someone searches votives,
Yeah.
our search engine on the website thinks you don't want that because you've added another letter. So
Yeah.
it just counts everything that's singular.
Says we have no product.
Yeah. So
It's frustrating.
it's really fun.
Yeah,
But
good
to that same conversation, as far as like SEO goes, that's why we're adding headers to all of the category pages, which I believe one or both of you will be doing. So basically, once you're
Sylvia will
in,
do that one.
okay.
That'll be copy and easy.
So basically, you just go into the category. We're in the category section. We're going to go into the category that you want to edit. So we're going to do bars first. And this is exactly how I created that decor page that we looked at earlier. So basically, we're going to add content blocks to those pages. So we're going to add that. We're going to add it's called a WCEP. What you see is what you get. So that's all we're going to add. Title it header. We'll take away the padding. We want default max width is fine. I forget what I chose here. So I'm going to go to one that's already done. I'm going to go to edit category and see what I did. Most of the time I don't remember what these things are, so I just compare it to things that already exist. So you can see here, I'm going to expand that, go to style. So basically I just make it match. So header 36 point, I'm going to go into this tab. And if I'm going fast, just tell me to stop, but I'm just going to keep trekking. So 36 gray thin, I'm going to center it. I'm going to go back to this one, subheader 18 point, make that match. Center. We don't want a background. We're not going to add anything crazy here. Content. We're just going to type for the title exactly what we want to be added. If you wanted to add a description, that's what this would be. Being like, our bars are the most amazing thing in Portland. And we have, if you wanted to add more, that's where you would do it. But right now we're just focusing on the title. Then you're going to check to display products also. And then we're going to update. And I hope I did this right.
So it'll like already populate images from the bars?
Yeah, so right now, let's see. Let's look at this first and then I'll explain all that. So that looks a little tight to me, so I'm going to double check that is the same. Oh, I see what I did. So I also had a spacer, which I didn't add, which is why this one is so tight. So I'm going to go back in, I'm going to edit it. And if I want to know what that is, so I labeled this spacer, but you can see right here what kind of content block it is. It's just the same type. I just labeled it spacer. I just didn't add anything. Basically, it's just giving me that padding below the header, because if I added it here, if I added that spacing here, it would make the bar word be 40 pixels below. It just would push the whole thing too far down. So that's why we have the header with no padding and then a spacer below it so that it's not right up against that product like we just saw. So I'm going to add another one. I'm just going to title it so that if anybody else comes in here, they know what the heck that is. I'm going to leave that there. And I don't have to do anything else because I'm not going to write anything here. I just am adding this for that padding
You're
there.
going to do bar rentals, right?
We can get into this. I'm just trying to add. Yeah, if you want to do that, I mean, I can do bar rentals.
Everything has to have rentals.
And
Sofa
then
rentals.
we're going to update that.
When somebody looks it up, they're looking up,
So
sofa rentals. That's what they have. That's what I'm looking at.
So now with that spacer added, now that sits nice and not right up against that product. So I think where you were going, Amanda, a minute ago is that, so right now we are on the bar page. This is showing every piece of content or piece of product that's in that parent category. But in our menu, this isn't clickable. Like you can't like actually get to that. Oh, this is a bad section, sorry. So like see how decor isn't there? But what we want to do is we actually do want to add, we want to add it to decor. It is a section.
So you want,
like if that makes sense. So like bars, there are no subcategories. So it's everything. If there is a subcategory, it makes that parent category unclickable, but it is actually a page. So like if I go to decor arches, the way that I can get there on the website is to go up to the breadcrumbs, click on decor, there you go. So then, and then because this hasn't been touched, that's when you're going to see, there's a lot of fun things in here, and that needs a picture, and oh my God, and it's all jumbled. So basically, if we wanted to go ahead and add, which we will want to get to, that's what you'll be doing, is editing that category. We would do the same thing that we just did by adding those blocks here, adding the content blocks here, and then going back in, and if you want to go as far as to reorganizing all of the products, you can, but I don't think that's going to be a priority for us at the moment, but we know how to do that at least if you want to. Yeah, so that.
Definitely putting arch rentals, because people, if they're looking for an arch, they're gonna Google probably, rental, I don't know how they would do it. Arch rentals?
I would probably like,
Arches
I'd be
for
like,
rent?
wedding arches, rentals maybe. I don't
Arch
know.
rentals,
Hard
I
to
think
say.
they're gonna go arch rentals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically, I think the easiest way to go about that, Sophia, would just be to go into this category section, and you just have to go in and edit each one, add those blocks.
Oh, we come up first. Well, at least with a Google search with arch rentals.
I'm trying it too, really. Well, that's amazing.
No, what? I mean the Google Maps population
Oh.
or whatever that is, like.
Because
this
you're
is for
closest. That's why.
you.
Because that's a
Dang
map.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, then otherwise it's
There's
Hobby
a-
Lobby.
Ew.
I know.
Okay. I think I'm gonna take a break for a minute because my brain hurts.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna